for PRX, I feel like everyone's looking like they're the underdogs in this. Oh,
which is crazy, right?
Hey, do you not remember them in Champs Finals, yeah? They lost it. I mean, the perennial second place team, sure, but they are a Grand Finals quality team. They have to prove it once again today, up against probably the biggest Cinderella story run we've had in a long time.
I mean, poetic, right? Almost matching EG's run.
Very much so.
Could be the ones to gatekeep once more. Bit of presence shown outside C initially. Devi actually taking a ton of damage there. He's got to back away and respect this now. 22 HP. Not sure if it was confirmed on the side of Wolves, but certainly something to consider as the round progresses. He's actually relinquished all control here.
I mean, if it carries on in this fashion, Wolves have got a lovely beginning. And obviously for PRX, it looks like they want to try and clear some of those question marks. Work behind this. It's taken a lot of utility, though. See, the Paranoia went through, the Haunt went through. A lot of their kit got invested to clear that.
Big retake tools off the table here. Wolves rightfully so. Must have known that they found a point of weakness here, but why you tucked into a lurk? Does it get dug out? Oh! Forsaken, lazy clearance on the first hit. Jing, next one up.
Yeah, look. One was fine, the second's ridiculous. And now they've got a comfortable post plant. Remember all that utility that PRX put to clear out towards rubble. Now, not gonna have it. Gonna have to go back in, guns in hand. Nice from something, needs some more. A lot of bodies to clear just on the site. Wants to just cycle back up, see if that baby has got to. Oh, it's lovely from Wolves. A dreamy beginning, he's out of his chair. And a real statement of intent from Wolves here.
Convincing start to kick off Lotus, and these sort of set plays towards rubble, exactly what I'm talking about. When PRX try and find the timing. It's a massive investment. It looks a little clunky, sure, because they don't find anything, but has to dig out players like Spring, potentially Lysor, somebody trying to backfill that space. Actually, even this scenario, why you?
Yes.
They did try and dig him out, but instead a lazy clearance from Forsaken, and Jing just couldn't stand up to the task.
And I do want to kind of highlight something that was discussed earlier in the day, the fact that these at one point have been scrim partners too. Some real awareness between these two sides. So I'd love to see if we continue to see this, these gaps being found, these moments to potentially find ways to pressure each other. So looking at this purchase, plenty coming out for Wolves and a very light reinvestment here from PRX, so just that Sheriff for Devi. Otherwise, all classics. And so far, you're going to be looking at Wolves going through the protocol list. Mike Wright, try and keep this clean. They can afford to lose Spring, but they probably wouldn't want to.
Sure. I mean, the riskiest rounds versus PRX are these anti-ecos. Spring, not good for the first here. Forsaken, redeeming himself from round one. Only a Sheriff recovered, though, so almost a calculated loss on the side of Wolves.
And again, it's huge information. You've seen maybe two, perhaps a couple more players over there. You're going to read that as a stack. And they've already got pretty much the green light and a very aggressive post-plant hold. They want to stake their claim in some area of this. Make it harder work for PRX. Make them invest a little bit more. I don't mind that at all. As long as they play together, it can get risky. Oh, you got to lock in on that one. Easy now. As we're in a 2v2 and Juicy's down low. This is the danger of PRX. You're never quite out of the woods. It's Forsaken going to get a nice little upgrade here too. Juicy's done really well to fight Jing, but Forsaken needs 4 to do this again.
Look at the
oh! Unreal, unreal already. This sort of explosive play in the second round.
Like I said, there's always a threat in these anti-ecos for PRX. We play up against some smiles on the stage. A sigh of relief. See Fat BB, ever the hero so far in Toronto.
Player standing.
Able to bail him out versus Forsaken.
Oh,
I mean,
you're a lucky boy there.
very, very lucky. Come back into this now with a broken purchase. Actually, what? Opportunity here for Spring to do some work with a scope. Outside of that, YU and Lysor just down on pistols. And expect Wolves to maybe try and pick up a kill here on the back of some PRX aggression.
And I quite like the conditioning early on as well, Mike. It's been this kind of constant lead through towards C, a little bit of a default straight through middle, but they haven't really tested this A side. So again, if you're PRX, you're maybe starting to get a bit of a read into that as well, something you're going to start reacting to. Again, you look at the spread here so far, depending on just that Omen cycling those smokes. So a lot of pressure, but already Re-clear comes in, doesn't quite catch YU towards middle, and Patman wants that information.
Alarm bot, though, from YU posted up pretty deep. I think on the back of dealing with that, they're reading PRX rotating away, so it might just be a committed B hit here. So Patman will be called upon. Forced away by the utility, actually using up close and personal. He's found a tag to the smoke there.
Oh, but Forsaken gets involved. Nice damage on the first, but a quick trade. The pressure now starting him out. The spike left loose. The PRX clearing out the B site. Sufat BB a little too late to the party here with 25 seconds. There's a firing squad around that corner. There's his haunt in 10, but look at the timer. Very difficult situation. And there it is, comfortable in the end, but PRX handled that well.
Sufat BB positioned as the late round piece here. Was played out of this because, I'm sure, was it Juicy? It was caught on the reload here.
Down B.
Really rough timing for him.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just nobody to, well, comfortably that can swing onto that angle to bail him out. Even there, I mean, Sufat BB, another consolation potentially to find. But just didn't find it. Juicy already on the showstopper here, so going to see him ride a stinger into round 4.
I'll find you.
Expect too much of a pace shift here, but I mean, on the talking about early round protocols here, PRX dealing with the turret nice and early here. That's it, set piece out. Juicy's been shut down.
Oh, what a lovely little play to bring out the back of contact. It's stunning, and it's rewarded them 2 kills. This is that evolution to PRX we love now getting to watch, right? It's not just that mechanical talent, that aggression. They have these little set pieces they like to run every now and then, and it wasn't overly complex. And that was a mistake. What's that? Catching them asleep at the wheel there, Mike. That's going to haunt them. And an overstep, unnecessary. This feels like a fumble, Mike. Now, it looks like Patman might be the saving grace to this, though.
Lysol's read it.
Lysol has read it. Oh, and he's done with him. This is a fumble for PRX and a gutting one because it was a brilliant start.
2 players caught sleeping, and the spike is there as well. All they needed to do was reinforce that hold. But Wolves able to dissect that setup just outside C.
30 seconds left.
Actually find themselves a plant here. YU down at 15 HP. You get the lockdown off this as well, you're right.
Okay, a little bit of util as well for YU, but it's Devi wading back through towards the site. Problem is there's utility in the way. Gonna find it tricky. Position now given away, and you can see Lysol should be the checkmate. There's that layer of util from YU. Isolated and alone. And a devastating mistake there from PRX. Credit to Wolves for re-engaging, but they cannot be dropping the ball like that.
Was it the timing on the smoke? I mean, this is exactly the sort of thing I talked about before this map started. PRX being aggressive, picking apart this slow default and look for control. But here, I mean, both players, smoke drops. Yeah, I mean, that's just...
But both, yeah.
That is outrageous to see somebody caught off guard like that. On top of the box.
And John, insult to injury as well. They're up out their seats.
Yeah.
They're giving it. 'Cause you know that's the ones that are going to tilt you. But back in, PRX have a very strong mental. They're not going to break off that. Alex might, but they won't. So PRX needs to kind of reignite a little bit of that focus here. You can't get lazy in this. You've got to stay lethal. Something. Tries to do a little bit of early work, but can be warded away. And we've seen these slower defaults coming out from Wolves, doing the diligent work, right? They've been doing what is necessary.
I mean, even here, damage trade-off have come out on top. Weakens something. See, the purchase is not there for PRX. And Prowler will force something even deeper here. Oh, how do I send through? Juicy's potentially going to be... Oh, actually, the TP comes across from Lysol, so I'll still have somebody to back him up initially. And actually, Lockdown invested here, fully respecting this anti-eco once again. They're aware of the threat of that previous round. Yeah,
you've got to. I mean, PRX, you said it right. Those are the sort of rounds that sometimes they look the scariest in almost. But for now, Wolves finding stability here in the post plant. They've still got to keep it in mind that there is danger. Plenty through Waterfall. 4-1 split on the retake now. Juicy turns attention. Smokes great from them. Laban on the spray.
Patman's got two.
Patman has got two. Maybe a chance. It feels like it's dwindling. These opportunities passing by for them. As it looks like 4-1 will be on the board. And I'm waiting to see a timeout soon enough here. As something's on one. Gotta get locked in. As this has passed them by here. Silver lining, the best they can hope for as Wolves off to the ideal start. Mike, look, I know all of us have been enjoying this Wolves run. I think most of us thought this is where it probably ends. But you could argue someone said that about Gen G too, but
yeah.
At 4-1, I'm paying attention.
I mean, I remember coming into that Gen G series thinking, if they could pull this off,
that's the one.
because they still effectively had a lifeline in terms of dropping.
Yes.
There's no elimination on the line. And even here now, it would be such a big sigh of relief to escape that once more.
Now use them.
4-1 to kick off Lotus here. PRX, I mean, you don't ever really humble PRX. They will continue pressuring like this. Odin investment here from Forsaken, though, may lead you to believe it's a slower round. TP's actually stuck here, Lystor. Bold in approach.
And that was pinged so quickly as well, it looked like. So aware of this, and whatever the set plan was, feels like PRX read that
Well, I think it's on the
perfectly.
back of seeing 2 or 3 bodies swing out from B there that maybe they feel like the extremity is going to be the weaker side of the hold, but Forsaken shuts that down.
Certainly not, but a 3v5, I want to see discipline from PRX here. I don't want to see fumbles, I don't want to see mistakes.
Great isolation.
It certainly was. Now, Forsaken is going to do some good chip damage as well. Look at CUFAT Baby down on only 26. Spring's position given away. Look where the spot. Oh! What is that? Ridiculous. And a 2v3 is not impossible. So they are just gunning it, right? They are running their little legs off straight towards C. They're going to leave one behind. YU.
Actually, the tap of the spikes. Drawn out the ultimate from Divide.
I mean...
Nightfall here from the plant as well.
Oh, the pathing. This is now getting really dangerous, but YU set up for motion, no. Divide, very diligent and nice from PRX. They pulled it together there. You're starting to see a little bit of that synergy shining.
And the composure as well. Don't over-invest in this early round aggression. Able to peel away really quickly, and credit to Forsaken. I think potentially something up towards Evan. There was a couple of people charging out, like you said, instantly pinged. Again, you can't really fault the approach here, but bold to stick a TP into the back lines.
And it got close, but I like seeing those fundamentals come together for PRX though, right? Doubling up, even in that chaos of a potential plant on towards that B side. No, they pop the ult, they still stay very close. And credit to Divide. I know it's only 1 kill, but him catching YU basically keeps them safe. Otherwise, it's this kill right here from Divide. I find that to be the most imperative of them all. Very heads-up work. Maybe feeling they'd have tried to have left a player behind in search of the player. Still not fussed though, apparently. Still chilling.
I mean, you got to be happy leading 4-2 here.
Yeah.
On the attacking side as well. Back to the drawing board though here with, well, as close to a full purchase here as Lysor down on the Guardian. The Wolves, Forsaken actually tagged up there. I'm not sure if he's actually confirmed any damage on the side of Wolves. Activity once more as well, and active clearance out past Mound.
This could be nasty. Actually sees, and the pain shell is perfect! Jane gets out 2
It's a 2 for 2.
How the hell did they get 2 back?
You could say almost favouring PRX in that regard, but something going to be played in here.
Oh, angles like that, this man hits those shots. Mechanically sharp as ever. Starting to read what they wanted. Similar scenes to before though, CUFAT BB and YU. Trying to work the map here, 2v3. Okay, testing.
30 seconds left.
Okay, that's...
Enemy remaining.
I mean, they're playing such high risk,
Spike
Mike.
down,
It scares the life out of me sometimes. 20 seconds and a 1v2 Divide and Forsaken. Where are we off to now? 14 seconds. His options are so limited.
10 seconds left.
They're both here. Surely not. Yeah, he's got to go for it. No chance. Well handled by PRX, closing in on the scoreline.
So you've got to look for that composure again, building up a little bit of a cushion in terms of the finances. That's where you look towards some of these more sloppy kills towards the end of the round. Again, Jing
30 seconds
finding
left.
2 here to open.
One
Beautiful
enemy
little trap piece outside B. Wolves actually going to be the ones to pump the brakes a little bit. I'm at round 8 again. Decent this year on Lotus. I think it's 14 for PRX and 11 or 12 for Wolves.
Yeah.
So even here on the attacking half, I mean, if you come out with a lead, doesn't matter what it is, you've got to feel really good about yourself. So we'll have to ride this out on a handful of sheriffs. Something going to tuck himself in between these smokes.
Oh, it's nasty. And Devi drawing all eyes on him. It is only pistols, but it's... Ah! Devi's like, no, sorry, something. You don't even get to play. Easily done. Happy with that. Confidence builders there.
A little bit of a reset here in between ahead of this buy round, and actually, we'll have the pit. See, Fat BB has his ultimate. Juicy, just one away as well. Didn't even need the second piece of this setup.
One enemy remaining.
Building some confidence here. Bit of a Cobra round for Devi, who's actually leading the border 10-4, an early 3K, I believe, in one of the rounds.
Ooh, look at this stack. They're in the right place here, Mike. How far do PRX go in this? Deep flash it up. Look at this outrageous approach. Oh, it's been absolutely red. Jing gets backhanded there, and they couldn't close down on any of the kills.
I mean, 2 pings on the reveal. Not sure how much that box just sponged, but no damage.
Face your fear!
Coming through, it's only really Fat BB who's taking a hit here down to 35 HP. Nightfall might actually be a bit of a red herring.
How much can Patman be expected to do here? That's a huge ult as well, right?
Has to basically hit the
and
panic
Forsaken,
button.
wait, Forsaken! Oh, they read it so smart. As soon as that Nightfall caught how many? 4 players? Instantly went for it. Now, not to beat, Wolves 2 heads up for that. And the dust hasn't even settled, really. But the rotations are here. Devi's back over. And he was solid before this nice high-low setup. Be very difficult to break. Horn not there, Paranoia ready, there it is, forces them off. Spring, they seem so prepared for these holds. They've seen Patman as well. Position now given, and look at YU.
He's got so much space to play into.
His lurk is so nasty. And at this point, they want to pivot, they want to go back towards B. It does put in towards something's hand. Spring. Oh! It's gorgeous from Spring. Lurks on lurks, but something still stands. Caught in between a rock and a hard place. Where do they go? Back towards C. Safety on that C site. You don't fancy walking into something like this. So the plant's in, and he's left in a 1v4.
Make an honest go of this here. You can see on the X-ray YU already wrapping him. He's got a turret here to play contact off as well. Might even just be able to pop something in the back of the head. No. We'll get the sound cue regardless. I think now relaying that information. Yeah, that comes through.
God, his positioning.
Yeah, this is just, again, probably sitting back and watching this, Alex not going to be happy about this spray into the smoke with the audience. It's begging somebody to walk on it.
Yep.
And Spring just comes alive.
And it feels like this was a whole book in one round, right? Chapter by chapter, at this beginning, the box apparently being on Wolves' side, and then you had the TP coming in, you had the Nightfall coming out. This all happened. All of this was in the same round. And again, that Paranoia being just tilted up, it felt like they were so aware. There's the walk on
Patman's on a reload. So Forsaken fully committing towards that. They're both spamming into this. I mean, there's an opportunity to potentially bait into that. One person sprays, but something off rip here, round 10.
Poison's off.
The timeout seeming to work well, at least for these early couple of exchanges, right? Something's want of space, him wanting to play towards bound is fine, but you've started to see how Wolves are approaching this.
You never see PRX really relent in that regard.
No.
It will continue, and that's where they catch teams off guard, where it's like, yeah, your aggression hasn't worked 4 rounds in a row. No, we're coming again, don't worry.
That fifth time, it'll work. And now we're seeing a bit of a tempo switch up from Wolves too. Very, very slow, holding here, waiting for that re-aggress, which is coming. And again, they're so prepared, Mike. They've got the PRX playbook and they understand it well. Still got to handle the players on the other side. Great shot from Batman, but it's traded. And the numbers simply so advantageous. A quick rotate off the back of, once again, YU space.
It's always the one to backfill these sort of plays.
Ooh, tricky. Still not easy on this though, is it?
No.
It's... Whoa! A shot! Oh, come on! How is that fair? But look at, once again, if you don't see him on the site, you know where to be looking. Slow and steady, he herds them closer. They need a plant though, 17 seconds, and YU on his walkabout. Divide dead! And now the plant on the line though, Forsaken could speed up here. Punish the plant, but no, can't quite catch him! Spring again, Wolves! Beautiful mid-rounding here, Mike, this is stunning!
Blow for blow, this exchange is beautiful to just watch from the minimap. YU threading the needle once more. Oh. That's how he gets found. But again, it's a similar thing. PRX, they lose one, they stack up 3 to actively re-clear that space. And ultimately, again, it feels like it's their demise in this round because of YU. Now sitting at 11 and 5, leading the board for Wolves. Almost the executioner getting plenty, finding some of the things that we've seen them adapt here in Toronto, which is actually what's so refreshing to see, again, on a dream run like this, an underdog dark horse, but actually improving game by game. Upsets along the way, sure, but actually showing they've got their heads screwed on.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Now for PRX, so once again, you kind of go into the archives, right? As much as everyone likes to look at these guys as underdogs, they've had to rebuild, that is true. Bringing in Patman was fantastic, it worked. We've all seen the difference in their playstyle as of late. They're starting to look much, much better overall. But these guys have sat in finals. These guys have been in champions finals. They know what this sort of pressure's like. They are never going to be the underdogs in my mind. They're too talented for it. So as it stands, they need to adapt here.
Just look what's happened here as well. PRX have already drawn a player across. I mean, Divine now reconsidering, but Spring looking to pressure up towards Tree. Divine again, counter 3, almost caught one here. YU now, again, shows presence on the other side. So ice towards the minimap, look what happens. Immediately PRX looking to isolate the weaker side of this default, but they pick up the pace towards A.
I like the intention, actually, I really do. But the problem is the stall out's fantastic from PRX. Denying that space being taken freely. They're here quickly, popping the ult from something. Information galore in 25 seconds. We are now at pressure stations. Forsaken down on 30, has to respect the paint shell. A spray through the smoke here doesn't land, but something's does. They're dwindling in numbers. Sufet, BD, and Spring, the last two standing, and they are cornered here. This adjustment from PRX, Divine! Stunning from them, they worked it so well.
Now that is a beautiful recovery, considering what happened elsewhere. It was paranoia, showstopper, so much thrown towards YU. And in that situation, Wolves just kind of need to go, 1 for 2 in terms of approaching A site. They do that, PRX still come back.
One enemy.
This is really nice for PRX. Again, even seeing a disciplined start to an extent, right? That dose of discipline at the beginning, the second contact's made.
A sprinkle of discipline.
That's as much as we're going to get. That's as much as we're going to get. But honestly, I like that though. And again, those quick rotations, starting to read what Wolves are doing, identifying YU where he was. And yeah, the trap was there, but even those rotations coming in so quick. Back into the mix of things, a buy for both sides, still lacking for some areas on PRX's side. You're going to see that Guardian still in the hands of Divide. And a stack up from Wolves. And on the other side, Forsaken, not too far, a clear towards Mound, and a wanted punish. You can see they're starting to read this, maybe Mound pressure, trying to maybe toy with those expectations off of that Fade utility.
They kind of know Forsaken's the key stakeholder in terms of those set pieces outside C. Try to shut him down here. Again, beautiful read or assessment, I guess, of the previous situation.
And some people may look at these two teams and see them as just those mechanical monsters, but this is a really cerebral game so far.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Seeing these rotations on rotations, these adjustments. Oh, Spring almost. And now a moment of quiet here.
That could slow things down potentially.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to kind of pre-take, I guess. And the plant's going to come in. Now this should encourage movement here. Just going to kind of eat the Prowler, still close range, still able to use the shorty just fine. Weapon's not right and the knife's not ready. So a 3v3 in the post. Look at the position from YU. That is, excuse me, coming in from CFAT BB. He's still on the way, but they've still got to slow things down. YU does well. Lysor still has to hold ground here, and now the silence becomes deafening. The position becomes questioned. They don't know where he is, but they're going to hazard a guess. CFAT BB does well on one. Draws to Vi off the defuse. Just needs to keep his cool here.
Bring them down.
This would be everything for him, trying to play to the time, play to the tempo, play to the clock, and play him like a fit. Oh, CFAT BB! Beautiful for the Red Bull clutch!
This guy, time and time again, looks so composed in the clutch and closes out a 7-5 half here, Lauren. Fantastic stuff from Wolves.
This has been an exceptional game so far. Just brilliant from both sides. And again, on surface, you may have thought, it's not going to be this, really cerebral matchup. This has been a wondrous affair.
One enemy.
Really has. That's any sort of taster here towards the second half. Don't go anywhere, we'll find out very shortly.
Yeah, we will, because we do have a bit of a treat as well coming up. We do have the one and only Mixwell standing by for us. So that'll be where we're going to in just a second. So
the conductor actually from the stage to be able to actually channel that back into getting a team back online, and Wolves certainly have tapped into that here in Toronto.
all right, PRX now on the attack, 5-7. Whoa! Divine headliner, a big player in big games too. Don't forget what this man can do. 3 pivotal kills and a stark reminder of who PRX can be.
We dictate the pace now. You can't sit back in the default. We'll bring the fight to you. Now, YU in spring. Well, just YU left now in a 1v5. An ace needed. The Jing gonna shut down any hope of recovery. Kicking off the second half with a flawless round victory.
And you're right, I think what you said, controlling that tempo, making their fights their own. Hard to handle on all occasions.
See if PRX are gonna dial into that. And actually really, I guess we've asked this before of Wolves, to kind of stabilize a little bit in the second half and really get to grips with what their opponent's going to try and achieve here. As again, no secrets on the way in from PRX. Stack misplaced here, so your second successful approach towards A. Hopefully.
Yep. and I getting looked towards Devi here, 2 away from his ult so early on. I mean, that could be there for the bonus, right? Huge.
What is that? Yeah, his third 3K or something.
One off
map
now.
so far.
That's brilliant. Massive the attack inside. That could be lovely for them to have in the back pocket. Something that Wolves will have to deal with.
Coming to your first buy round, to have that ultimate available is brutal. Wow.
Guys.
A response found.
Easy, Tiger. We shouldn't get more dangerous than this. Stop it. Stop it. Jing and Forsaken keep this in control. Stop it! What has gone on? Forsaken left in a 1v2. Come on, Forsaken, surely you keep this safe. Backpedaling away, trying to play the time now. This should never have been this close. See that baby forced to move, but that got way closer.
Come down to a Red Bull clutch here. Just one rifle retained. Now you're almost relying on Devi's ult to be the turning point here. But PRX are able to get the purchase together. Jing down on Judge, but I saw finding so much value here. Jing.
God. Okay.
Blood pressure check required for Alex.
We'll get the heart rate monitors out next time. Now, again, keep in mind they do have Devi's ult here. So this is something you've got to see them build around, be aware of. Quick little pain shot to try and maybe delay.
I mean, Wolves are just perfectly for this. There's actually nobody here. Yes. Entry found, but it's a full 5v5 in the post.
Sketchy timing on this. And it looks like something wants to try and hold this back. They're willing to try and brawl on the site. They're not sitting deep at all here. Something wants to draw blood. PRX still standing by. Oh, it's messy. And now there's an opportunity. PRX, though, banking on Jing. And you know he'll give you a couple here. Beautiful from him. Now down in the 1v2. Incredibly difficult for CFAT BB again. Not gonna happen. Jing's got that one all day long.
The tempo shift here on the half, certainly suiting PRX. Now one to the good, 8-7 the scoreline. Can get this judge up close and personal.
Okay, who's got?
Jing 4 on the round for him. Good progress towards the showstopper as well. Gonna potentially, well, should. By all rights, have that for the next buy round here.
Time
Wolves
to jump.
down on a bit of a Shiko. No ultimates to their name. I mean, CFAT BB the closest, and well, actually, Lysor one away from the TP, but not necessarily too impactful.
Okay. Okay. And that's a recoverable weapon. No one else is here. So the game should be given away to an extent. Obviously now, the hit being noted by YU. Trying to buy time, but it's hard to hold this back, right? It's a flood of players, full kit.
Nobody was watching, don't worry. We didn't see it.
Yeah,
We didn't see it.
All good, all good. PRX, though, got to steady the ship here. Can still get a little bit scary. And now Juicy does have that Vandal, right? Can they play him in? The post plant is purely on the site itself, Mike. There isn't anyone sitting deep.
Well, I mean, he's got 4 sheriffs, basically, to rally behind here and try and make this rifle work. Found the first. Patman's fallen.
Okay, Divine now. Gonna have to do work here. CFAT BB does well. Divine. Oh! Divine! I told you before, this man is a big player in big games, and he just had a hell of a lot of impact.
Blink and you miss it. One of the quickest aces I think we've probably ever seen.
Look at this. And they needed him. They needed this. It was all going wrong. Oh,
That is just
magic.
beautiful to watch back. He's going through it.
They're getting close, Wolves, right? They're getting close on these rounds, getting a little bit scary. But the scoreline looking good for PRX. 9-7, a buy back in hand for Wolves, though. They have to stop the rot fast.
This could be the round to find that response. Back to CFAT BB's ultimate. This time around, obviously retrieve the orb outside C. There is a bit of a gap here with Forsaken, the solo anchor towards A. Obviously, possibility here. Patman and second player actually to come across fairly quickly, but
Well, here comes the test. Patman, don't know if that's going to reach. It does, so Lysor will be noted. Draws the paranoia. Okay, counter on counter. They can't hear a thing here. Divide, though, unaffected, unfazed. 35 seconds getting close now. The paranoia burnt early, and Lysor needs to be ready. This is a lot of pressure coming his way. You're going to hear the ults coming out to secure the plant, but Lysor still does the damage. Can't do the dance, though, with Forsaken. And that's a beautiful catch from CFAT BB, punishing Jing on the push-up. And now the plant gets hindered. Problems now mounting. Spring at the door, and now it's just on Defy. Position noted earlier, they should be aware. But this man's dangerous, but not today. Spring's got his number, and Wolves back within touching distance.
so we needed them to find a response here. They finally stopped that string of rounds. Getting costly here on both sides. And showstopper shut down here from Jing, desperate to try and convert.
It's broken the money from PRX too.
Yeah, it
You can
has,
see
yeah,
how
I mean,
close
it's-
these rounds have been.
It's not necessarily been a walk in the park for that string of rounds, but Jing looking to put this rifle to work. Start of round 18.
He's had a feel-good round. not too long ago. Ooh,
Oh, look at that anti-TP sets up!
Oh, it's so sick! You think Wolves are just another team? They're certainly not very ready for what PRX wanted to bring. Forsaken picking up what feels like the cursed rifle at this point. Just dropping hand to hand. Divided well last time in a scenario not too dissimilar to this, but not be able to get it this time. Yeah, handled. Wolves fully ready.
Something just walking into a blender. Was it both Nanos actually into that corner? The alarm bot was there as well.
Yeah.
Obviously the vulnerable taking effect.
Second time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the second is here.
No escape, really. God.
And actually, yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, Jing's forced into the line of sight as well. So
Reloaded.
One enemy.
great little setup here
remaining.
from Wolves will actually get them a second round. Force a timeout as well from PRX. This purchase, I even hear a broken purchase if you look at some of the shields.
This feels tense though, because this was the one from the timeout, right? This one with the plan in mind for PRX. Last check-in with the coaching staff unless we get OT.
Wolves getting a little active here as well,
Hey,
actually.
off the back of a timeout, why not? A traditional reaction. Is PRX aware? Something. There's 3 players in that smoke. You may think there's one, but will he expect all 3? Quick enough to find one. Great paranoia from Forsaken as well. Do they try and go on the hunt from this? Oh, the TP's lovely. Big investment on that, but I like the idea behind it, taking a lot of space. But look at towards the site. It's, yeah, Juicy still standing here, pops the ult, plays it well. Oh, catching Jing midair! He can't get away from him. Brought back to life before from CUBB, and now he's standing on his own 2 feet. Devi left. All on his own. Surrounded, and he doesn't even know it. You thought that TP might have cut right through him, it didn't. The Wolves still standing together, fighting together. Devi does what he can, putting up a stand, the Wolves taking the lead.
Executed to perfection here. Again, a crucial trade from Juicy, but then to find the second, the showstopper comes through, that splash damage. I can't believe that even catches on Jing. Outrageous scenes here.
Are you starting to believe now? The way this half started, I thought it was going to go kind of par for course, right? What you'd expect. But the Wolves, once again, proving they are lethal about their business. So we go again. Money not looking good for PRX. It's Stingers, it's a Sheriff, it's a Bulldog. Brought together from the bargain bin, basically, here. Can they make something with it? Ooh, a little bit of chip on the way. Position now noted. CUBB on the site here. Still got C's and his Prowlers, but they are fast to this. Lights all caught sleeping. Not expecting the pace. Juicy, a wild play through the smoke. Gonna find 2, but Spring's now here. It gets a bit messy, but it's working out, at least for now, in Wolves' side.
Not great here for Pac-Man, though.
Oh, do you really go for that? No.
He certainly doesn't feel safe to just stick the plant out, so they're waiting for something. Does have the ultimate here, but again, the 2v3 doesn't feel good.
And that chip on Pac-Man 2, they're starting to feel it. Something's going to have to go nuclear. Try and save the day, but none of these fights, these engagements are fair for him. YU does well, leaving Pac-Man with 21 HP, and not a prayer to be had. Wolves again now, round by round, taking this away from PRX.
A hit, 11 here.
Nightmare's over.
This is
God.
getting into really awkward territory now. You can see there's effectively a force up here. Ultimates are plenty. Talking about some of those defensive ultimates here for Wolves. See how it lies here for PRX. This is going to take up the lion's share. Obviously, the round loss bonus is going to be a consideration, but could potentially face Wolves here on map point on a broken buy.
On PRX's map choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all starts to compound here, but they're not there yet. 4 in a row, unanswered. Ult starting to build, money looking solid. We're gonna need a PRX round.
Who's next?
Gonna need someone to step up, and it looks like something wants to try and trailblaze his way forward. Good info. 2 spotted, and the rest now filling behind that.
I'm back.
So whether or not they were trying to set up for potentially a paranoia there.
Oh, the paranoia was fine on one, but it doesn't quite juicy. Still standing, still breathing. Forsaken gonna find the trade out towards Lightor. Nice from PRX. Unwilling to relent on the site now. Spring and what? Oh my God, what a shot. Couldn't get the second. Forsaken wants this. YU, a 1v3. This would be something special. But a lifeline for PRX. Jump spot towards Street, that's from Divide. Time's been bought. Couldn't get the punish fast enough. And now they know the position. The cross should be the death of YU. I say should. Yeah, they're not giving him an inch here. Very well handled by PRX in the end. They had to keep their cool there.
Almost a lifeline here in terms of the bigger picture. Brings it within 1. Not allowing Wolves to really sit back on their laurels and rely on these ultimates. Getting so sloppy on that first kill. The paranoia almost setting things in motion, but Forsaken just...
Heroics there.
Yeah, just absolutely bulldozing his way onto site.
Those were your last words.
Wolves at late timeout in the half.
You're seeing the way that PRX want to pass.
Well, first time actually the stars aligned for a fight towards Rubble here.
God, this could be right off the rip. Here we go. Already, Paint Shell comes in. C's not going to find it, but the reveal is fantastic. Juicy going to go down. Forsaken doubling in. This is lovely from them. See if it maybe does answer back in kind, but PRX aren't stopping. They want the site. And yeah, beautifully done by something. Yeah, that's stunning. Almost singular in approach, just banking on themselves.
I mean, what Plant coming through with 120 left on the clock, it's a haymaker thrown from PRX and it lands once more. Similar to those early rounds we did see in the second half.
This shouldn't be possible, a 1v3. It shouldn't be possible, and it isn't. Something in the end to add the full stop to that sentence. But it is 11-11, Mike. PRX have found what they needed. But it's getting close here. The money's still in place for Wolves. And you're looking at those ults, they become such a heavy factor, but this reveal was everything.
Lysor, unfortunately, still in the committed position. See Fat BB, unfortunately, I guess, just caught off guard by the flash. Tried to turn it, but even so, you connect that first shot, you've got 2-3 more members of PRX staring you down. PRX maybe feel as if they found the recipe here. Slower approach this time around. No resistance shown early on, at least, from Wolves. Exploration elsewhere. This is both YU and Spring, though. Spring's going to continue pushing forwards. Might even catch Divine Spawn.
Yeah, trying to almost sell this fake, but Divine completely unawares. They hadn't seen this sort of look before, but if anything, it encourages his approach towards A now.
Team does have the showstopper as well, though.
Yeah, this is going to get tense. Both players stuck on the back of the side now. Ready for the swing, but not ready for the shot. Lightor handles Forsaken, waiting for the pop of the O, and Jing's landed it. 3v3 now. Tension rising. Something holding the push through the door on the other side now. Rewarded. Nice from him. Man advantage and Plant next on the cards.
See the lockdown invested here. It's a 2v3. See the response comes through from Patmen, but PRX going to get to fight this. YU's found one.
Yeah, beautiful from him. They've got to react to it now. Something, it wasn't clean enough. And Jing, what do you do?
He's caught.
What do you do?
They can just stick it.
Yeah. I can't believe it. YU just has to hold guard. And for Jing, he just has to stand back and watch as the 12th gets taken away in the final hour of regulation. Wolves take the lead.
See here, the purchase going to be rough for Wolves, but they find that response, finally finding the opportunity to invest the lockdown. I mean, it's another situation where you just see Forsaken again, just digging so deep. Jing hitting the drive-by as well. Zach killed Rob with a follow-up here onto something. This is one ultimately that can bail Jing out in that situation. They're coming into this though. Wolves still have a pit, still have a showstopper. Big tools to work with here in round 24. A moment of silence will drop. PRX poised now.
Cover going out.
Once again, it's like actually a big info there. Catch him drifting away here, not necessarily looking committed. It being Jing, obviously, the tip of the spear on some of these set pieces, but PRX are actually going to contact up.
It all feels like the calm before the storm.
Wolves almost scratching their heads here. They invest the pit over, expecting maybe that with that information, PRX are rotating towards C.
There's the info, but are you ready for the hit? How do you play it for Lysor? Oh my god, he's going for the heroics. Oh! He went for the heroics and it worked out for one. Not going to get his seconds. PRX now finds stability on the site. Into the post plant. Something playing a little further ahead. He wants a one and done and back away. No one's given him that yet though. And the time ticking for PRX here. This is good for them. Still ults in play though. Juicy has his. You've heard that invested. Flies on the site, but something does well. Gets one back to Showstopper. Doesn't work. Wait, something got lost. And a trade for Spring. It's into a 2v2. It ain't over yet. You're looking at the post plant for Devi and Jing here. Can they hold on to this? Pain Shell posted by some seconds. They needed to stay alive. Devi digging deep. And they're not dead yet. They're not done yet. You should have killed them when you had a chance. PRX bringing it back to 12 apiece.
Of course we see overtime here on the first map of this series. An insane exchange here throughout the second half. And PRX is showing a brazen approach.
No fear.
Almost their trademark game plan here. But Wolves, I gotta say it, seemingly up to the challenge. Everything gets reset now for round 25. Those ultimates will be reset as well. I mean, Wolves in a perfect position to close out now, but back onto the attacking side.
The timing's going to be critical on this. They've read it. They've read it really well here.
Same piece we've seen previously.
And it worked out well for a 2-for-2 trade in the end, but this time, Jing, something in unison. They're not going to let him even have a chance into this. Denied from the very word go. And Wolves want back in. They're taking the fight. And he can't do that. PRX locked in on this. A 4v2. They should find stability, Mike. But Wolves look unwilling to back away. They don't want to go elsewhere.
They're expecting PRX to rotate away from this and give up the space, but PRX reading this perfectly. Still got both extremities controlled as well, so.
It's so difficult. They need a freebie. They need something, and it ain't happening. PRX looking sharp here. Right read, right place, right shots.
Draw first blood this set piece once more. On the back of the C's nade. This time around, no casualties, no trade found.
Enemy spike down.
Able to stick the landing. Wolves had to call a timeout here.
That final stop. The Wolves standing in their way of that grand final. And it's down to the wire between these two. So we go again. Similar scenes, it looks like, right? It almost looks like rinse and repeat, but Jing this time is fast. Oh, and he does get it!
Sure.
Lysor's gone down. It looked a little labored, but YU swings in. Oh, he gets a second! Hold on, PRX, held back here now.
Spike just behind the wall as well. Not necessarily a comfortable push out here.
That's
for
both
Wolves
players.
to control. Yeah, Devi and Forsaken
I have the spike.
will be given an opportunity to reset a little bit here, but find themselves in a 2v3.
Oh, I thought they were leaving Devi there. God.
Shadows traveling.
So no paranoia. Going to be a little gap on a follow-up smoke here. Spark comes through. Juicy still got satchels. Spring still with a snake bite, so a couple of tools here at WOL's disposal.
Oh, it's so tense now. You're going to need someone to over-deliver, and they do! PRX take it deep, and Spring can't stand! PRX, it took so long to... PRX, though, in their minds, there's always been one goal, and it's the grand finals, right? This team put together, went back to the drawing board to rebuild.
There was a great line from Devi, I think, in one of the interviews, talking about every time he sees the champs LA finisher in-game, it haunts him. A couple of them actually just saw them brought up on map 1.
So again, you've got to have been starving to truly understand hunger, and for PRX, they've never really got that first place. No. Not when it mattered, so for them, probably the best chance they've had in a minute's time, but still, it will be Wolves on the attack, PRX on the defending side. Something tries to stake his claim towards middle, but will be warded away.
Back on the Sheriff actually here, Juicy with a flash. Close and personal, Sean actually Forsaken caught on the retreat back.
Yeah, maybe not thinking he's going to fill that space yet, but there is still 2 players on this side of the map for PRX, so Patman's still here. Jing's still on this side too. Slow and steady again for Wolves. And it looks like PRX wants this back, but it's just going to end up being a brawl, isn't it? They're ahead of the smoke, but what's the util on the corner? There isn't any. So Jing and Patman do really well. Eventually they trade it effectively, though.
30
Wolves
seconds
keep
left.
the man to the good, and they get the site for themselves.
That's the good, something down to 34 HP as well. But 2 Sheriffs on the side of PRX here. Good pack a punch here on the retake. For a spam, actually, the exchange back and forth. Still got a drone in play here for CUFAT BB.
That is lovely. Gonna have to keep themselves tucked in on this. I think both potentially spotted yet, and that was huge for this. Something can't get the shot. CUFAT BB off to a great beginning. But again, for Wolves, you got to make it work on these attacking sides.
Absolutely do. Talked about that being the main objective on Lotus. He did deliver.
One enemy remaining.
To repeat it here once more. Something. He can get that economy building, as Mimi mentioned, what he can get done with the operator potentially on the defensive side, always a factor on Ascent.
Right here.
Wolves have the tools to really prevent that from happening.
Cage 3.
Fairly invested here on round 2 as well. Respect being shown to PRX. It's only Spring on a Sheriff, Bulldogs across the board. Actually, with that round 1, CUFAT BB already halfway to the Hunter's Fury as well, so looking for further progress potentially.
But again, a reminder of that last map too. These rounds aren't free. When it comes to that second round, even if it's just a Sheriff, even if it's just classics, PRX will make something out of it. For now, though, again, it's a considered approach from Wolves, taking their time around the map, doing their due diligence, and CUFAT BB will be working towards, as said, that, or I imagine probably getting priority on that here. Caution needs to be shown. That deep haunt over towards B, you should have seen it on the mini-map. Pretty indicative of no one's there, and the connection of the knife. So they should be pretty locked in for what's happening.
I have the spike.
Considering set piece here around the cage from Lysol, but...
Are they cancelling on this?
30 seconds left, they need to find progress somewhere.
Dangerous.
Especially with players like Jing tucked up. In a very deep position.
Whoa.
Laboured, but Wyu comes out on top.
Yeah, the paranoia goes into sight, so they should be able to kind of springboard through this. Unless someone walks to smoke, now you can't. Now you're held back. It feels like the anti-PRX, doesn't it? But they still find a way through. Devi up and over the top, but at this point the plant's going to be in. So very difficult to find much surprise, even ahead of maybe that deadlock util. You've got to be cautious. Again, you can afford losing one player, that being Spring. The rest you don't want to lose, and Wyu took a risk, but he should be fine here. Yes, stability looking good. CUFAT BB going to be building very close to that. Oh, and a lovely round in the end from Wolves there, Mike.
Initially, CUFAT BB did have the spike, but plant coming through elsewhere. Still, fantastic progress made.
I got scared here, though.
Very, very worried, yeah. And the Bulldogs sometimes can be a little hard to tame. CUFAT BB not having that issue in that regard. Sticking the spray. Now, that purchase, especially with Spring upgrading as well,
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Makes this round 3 doable here for Wolves. Actually, 2 light shields on the side of PRX as well for something. And Forsaken.
They're fighting on every front though, PRX here. Pressure down B main, pressure down cap, pressure on towards A main. It's a really risky ploy. I guess it does burn some of that early util for Wolves though, so there is that, and they're really committing the paranoia on that too.
Cover going out.
Spring on the opposite side here.
If Spring even comes out positive in any of this, it would be incredible for him. Because in the meantime, look at where the spike's going, Mike.
I think if he can show presence, or something actually. Forsaken's walked all the way up as well.
They don't know about Forsaken. Oh, it's a quick beheading. Couldn't get the follow-up on Lysor, and it might be the green light to go towards B. Still a player to hold his Divider down low, but still standing and still breathing on 35. He takes YU out of the equation. Now starting to flounder a bit. You can see it with Wolves. This was only their bonus, but still struggling to find the landing on this up against the 4 remaining for PRX. That's going to be dealt with. You look at that mid lurk coming into effect too, but that's not going to find the value they want. And yeah, something clean within. Lysor still making something of this. Spring still got his paranoia. If he can get through here, oh my god, it's risky off the back, but still. And now the smoke dissipates on, oh! The smoke going down on CT, opens up chance here. Divide tries to find that second before the paranoia lands, but 8 seconds now.
Last player
Stop
standing.
it, Wolves! One by one, they are taking down
Spike
PRX,
planted.
and Jinx seems unaware of the possibility of Spring being so close.
Shadows.
Smokes of his own and a couple of TPs. How do you divide and conquer this? I do not know. But all eyes drawn to that potential in the smoke. Jing steps forward, smoke goes down, and Spring finds him. Mike, I can't believe what I just saw.
Conversion on the bonus here. Talked about the threat with all those Bulldogs. It looks like PRX initially come out with a win to catch this kill, but not just that, the information that Wolves are descending upon B site.
Stealing sight.
But some key pieces of utility, key damage towards Divide in that initial exchange.
You can finally.
Pays off massively for Wolves. Get themselves the upper hand here to kick off map 2.
And I'm waiting with bated breath, right? Because that's a huge start for them. Because I feel like once you get PRX on the attack, they come into their own, right? Able to control the tempo, kind of do what they please. But if you can stake a good claim for yourselves, the opportunity's yours. YU, quick reminder. The PRX are lethal no matter the weaponry, and that is going to be an upgrade for something. Might pass that over depending on the shield situation, but still, good stall here.
Oh,
and
right, yeah, drone cancelled.
massive. Oh, Patman. Is he going to get to live here? There's a lot of targets that all could be sent towards, and yeah, grab. But Divine in the meantime, going to take down Juicy. Hold on, this is not completely secure by any means. They're in a 3v3, sure, but look at the HP of Lysor. See if BB does have his ult, but I don't think he can get away from that default plant spot. So Spring waiting. Now sees that. Forsaken, are you aware? Going to be held up back towards Heaven. The 2 players on site can focus towards short. Nice from Spring, but he goes down. And now Something and Divine need to come together in this. Somehow figure it out. The deeper off angle from Lysor was lovely. Leaving Divine. What a shot! You got one more of those. You've done it before. You had the ace before. The man is a monster, but he's got to prove it now. And see if that BB has been ice cold in these. He knows the time, he knows the tempo. Oh, what is that from Divine though? A belting shot, and once again, doing the unimaginable.
The Red Bull clutch here from Divide. Continuing to deliver here today in this series.
One enemy
God
remaining.
damn, just give the man a sheriff.
Another 3-piece for him to add to the list. It's rough as well, the reset again. Default plant spot safe initially, but that position from CFAT BB, it's a gamble. You can get a cheeky half defuse in, or you can go ahead and stick it. It forces the hand, especially with the recon bolt being used so early on.
Now they start pressuring the point. Look at that deep line already adopted by Something in that operator. Sit towards that. Prowler going to be clearing. No one nearby now.
My ult is ready.
And the ult gathered too, so a nice early step, but a fast mid-take coming out from the Wolves.
Potential to backstab this. I think they're reading into maybe some deep presses. Yeah, we'll catch the backside of something
Oh,
for sure.
that's two.
And the second player,
Ooh, that is bravery. Why are you swinging that Forsaken doubling down? It's a mistake and a punish is why you will lap that up. And now that B-side looks so vulnerable.
flash. Will guarantee the cross. Juicy's going to find Devi as well. And actually, yeah, that might just be
Spike planted.
the white flag put up from PRX here to hold on to these weapons. No point feeding into this potentially with Juicy. Getting close to that ultimate. Spring's actually already on the hunt.
Shadows
He wants to prevent any semblance of safety here for the remaining PRX players. He's going to pick up a deep position in spawn though. There's still maybe a question mark if they're in towards market or in towards spawn. Well, they will progress any further, but yeah, usually you talk about discipline and that was a lack of respect to something.
Yep.
Yeah, did he even get a shot off? Why he was just so quick to that?
Yeah, they seem really aware. Again, this kind of, it's not necessarily that regional matchup at all, but, you know, scrim partners and the information on this ahead of that swing, it was really well dismantled.
Yeah.
Again, Forsaken's fault as well, just felt it was too late to be going for that. There's no trade to be there. Desperation.
I think, yeah, again, once you know it's the drone that's come forward, you're not just swinging onto white. Behind closed doors, no doubt, yeah, no doubt that reset absolutely necessary to continue here in Toronto.
Yeah, spot on. So for them, it is now just how long can you keep this up? How clean can you keep this game? PRX so far with that one round, but of course did have that timeout. You can hear the ults coming through as well for something. YU's kind of had their number on this B side, but it feels like they're getting the right read here. But are you going to go through the pit on this? No, brave enough to go for the ult wall, but that's about all she wrote. But that mid-cross is dangerous now.
I think I did just hear something pop the knives. It's not necessarily looking like as bad a situation here for PRX.
I must wait a
They
moment.
try and navigate their way round the pit.
Looks like it, right?
The TP back here from Juicy to potentially collapse on B side very quickly with YU Spring.
To do that to something, can we just like highlight the fact you're doing that to something twice now? He's been outswung. If you don't think these Wolves are gunners, you are absolutely wrong. But now they've manipulated the map well. Now they want to maybe hit that cross back in again, and this is where those Stingers are going to start suffering. You're not in the right place, but Jinx still going to hold his ground. Paranoia primed and sent down through. Tries to escape, and he gets out at least for now. Patman's found Mike, Story's got support. Spring, oh, Super BB, they're just flying in towards him. Patman going nuclear! How's he just gone 4 there?
Puts himself in a deadly position and delivers here for PRX.
I need to watch that one back.
It just jumps down, able to get behind this so quickly.
Oh. Spike down mid.
Beautiful stuff from him.
The heavy machinery.
No semblance of comfort back in the coach booth whatsoever. Operator back in hand now for something. All stacked up in mid now. The smoke will obscure for the time being.
Who's next?
So Juicy going to try and pave the way. Actually, right, threads it round the corner there.
And something seems unafraid at all, and he gets out of danger. Trying to combine it with a Hunter's Fury, but it finds no value, really. And now Forsaken just stands his ground. This feels like it's fallen flat here for Wolves. PRX getting a good read and a good idea. It's going to need a hero to stand tall. Spring's done well towards Batman. Doesn't expect Devi, so close. Great trade for Devi there. And now just 2 remaining. Juicy and Sufat Baby in a 2v4, Mike. I mean, it would be a tilter.
I mean, they should find a straight 2v2 on either side here, but the issue being something is posted up. The operator. You get not many tools left to... Actually, no, I haven't said that. Recon and Juicy with a full belt almost.
I'm trying to send it for the fake, I guess.
30 seconds left.
A nice idea. but it's not going to dissuade these players. They don't need to move.
PRX can sit in this formation now, and I think actually Wolves, because they don't get a bite.
Yeah, it looks like a cancel.
I mean, YU 450, Spring 1350, and
10
Lysol
seconds left.
struggling to scrape together any funds here. So PRX will find their third. Keep things honest in the start of Ascent. Let's see how the ultimates play here. It's only a TP for Spring, and as you can see on PRX now, absolutely nothing and a million miles away from anything, to be honest with you. So a slight advantage in that regard, but it's not much. I mean, Lysol going to be potentially the next key ultimate for the Wolves.
I've got to say as well, for me, good start seeing Patman find a bit of impact too. He's been a really good player for them.
Yeah, quiet map one as well, so seeing him come online, certainly a positive.
Oh, Forsaken, got the timing so right. He's so blind, so a good bit of spacing and trading from Juicy just to swing that. But the next layer to this is still something. There's no pressure towards middle, but he's very paranoid about it. They want in on this. Still not noting him. The stall's there. If they try and disrespect it, it's going to be brutal, and it is. Yet way too difficult on the way in. Juicy, what is that? You're 1 HP, you're not meant to be doing this sort of stuff. And now Spring left in a 1v2 as well. So unwilling to deny that that scale up towards B was their right idea.
They're wrapping the spike as well. Both Jing and Something.
He's got his paranoia, smoke, TPs. He's got a bit of kit here to play with though, Mike.
He's left guessing.
They're fast
Potentially,
at this.
yeah, going to get himself a clean plant.
Shadows traveling.
With the smoke towards CT, kind of implies he's not expecting this wrap.
Certainly does. TP should be noted too, that paranoia. What do you do with it?
Know.
Yeah, a little interested on that, but the corner, slow peeks ain't gonna get you past Something. And he's gonna take a stand on that one. But it felt like Wolves were so headstrong in wanting to hit towards that B site, but the scaling up just didn't feel right there.
Initially, that first kill was a Forsaken. Yeah, Forsaken gets caught here with the flash.
Revealing area.
Again, you look at the minimap at that moment, and there is a huge gap in the PRX defense. So happens. I mean, Juicy picks up a little momentum, but that kill there, he was down to 1 HP, and the shorty connects from here. Just as the door is about to close. Potentially sealing that post plant for...
Because of their lack of, you know, let's say international trophy, there has been that worry about them, how well they do, their expectations, but they are still a grand finalist team, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's just something that doesn't even need to be said half the time. But at this point, they've course corrected well. They've got everything back to where they like it. And for Something, he's going hunting. He knows where the man is.
Yeah, Cam dealt with quickly. You can see on the minimap as well, situation developing outside A site. Then the knife is going to have given that info across. Really Juicy with a rifle here, and all of that if you may.
This feels very classically PRX as well, but a dangerous position for Forsaken. He could get outswung here, and he is on his own because you saw the rotation route coming out from Something, so times it well to back away, and that C's obviously given it a couple of seconds and actually plays back in Something. You don't often see fights this deep on the map, but welcome to PRX, I guess.
Yeah, PRX just don't want Wolves to sit back and set up here, preventing any rotation back towards the B side of the map. Patman still commanding this space, and actually Knife will reveal everything if he threw it.
I mean, the
probably still knowing exactly what's going on.
Yeah, look
They've
at
got
this.
30 seconds left.
Snakebite and the fragment.
Oh, this is an awful sight to have to try and approach. Basically dry at this point. Yeah, Juicy still going to get Jing down, but we're... Okay, guys, you were primed for this. And Divine looks like he's trying to do everything himself. What on earth is going on here? Something, that's unfair. That's a bit of bullying, but I like it. 5-4 now, tipping the scales on their side. And I've got to say, Wolves looking a little bit shaken by this.
Yeah, and I guess, I don't want to say lost for answers, but unable to really troubleshoot with some of these approaches that PRX are displaying here on Ascent. Juicy, again, good for 2 on the way in here.
Yeah, surprise.
A moment
enemy
where Devi can't ping down Spring.
PRX watch party loving that one, but 5-4 we go back through. Buyback in
Fake
play.
teleport.
And it looks simplistic in approach. It looks direct, and something looks to turn this operator
I got the spike.
into a shotgun. I mean, he's feeling himself here. It's a really risky play. It's now been... Oh! Great target selection! Catching Suzak Baby just in towards the Aldrome. And he's still standing. He looks like he wants to absolutely pop off here. And he is. One by one they come! And one by one they fall. Can he find that final man as well? YU looking to try and take towards the site. But something's been dominant about this so far. The double swing. Position noted. Something's going hunting. Hungry for his 4-3 already in the round. There's not much to be done for YU here, Mike.
Especially not now. Already a solid idea of where he's at. PRX just want to decisively close out round 10 here.
No escape. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Something gets his 4th, and he is just getting scarier and scarier as the game goes on.
Like they're channeling into that 6th gear. Putting up now 5 rounds unanswered for PRX.
Oh,
Did start a 4-1 scoreline here. The tides certainly have turned. We'll actually draw out a second timeout here for Wolves. And the opening stretch of Ascent.
Gia Champs was probably one of the only ones that ever made it.
The outlier, yeah.
That is it. PRX have been that fairy tale run in the past, but they never quite made it themselves. For Wolves, they have to face that reality now. How bad do you want it? Do you have really what it takes to push someone like PRX away from something they are singularly focused on? That grand final is what they want. Jing gonna draw blood. It's beautiful and juicy. Not getting what he needs there.
And a tag or two, but Forsaken happy with that. Something will follow up here. YU will fall. Now, actually, Rio Gracia, but PRX will correct.
Yeah,
Just see Phoebe now.
They're making it hurt, Mike.
And this is when it's rough to play against PRX. They know when to keep on pressuring. Don't allow you any say in the round. When you say in the half as well. That's 6 now. With no response.
Beautiful.
Didn't even look like that was going to land as well.
Oh. Simply lovely from PRX. And as said, the pressure starts weighing on the chest for Wolves. It's still a manageable scoreline.
Absolutely,
still smiles. But we can see these rounds, and they're feeling these rounds, and there's aggression again. Something wants that deeper line, and he's got it for starters.
This is why it's so rough to play against PRX, though. When they get themselves ahead, they know to not let up. Wolves can potentially find a 7-5 here. It will be.
Yeah.
Big tick in the box.
Oh, bang on. But that wherewithal, that discipline, that capability in the high pressure games now is the biggest test for them. Looking a little fraught here so far. Last couple of rounds just not quite been in the wheelhouse. And again, the timing on these knives, rather good.
Fragment to prevent anybody slipping the smoke, even though Devi on watchful guard here, tucked into logs, because I mean PRX can sit in this formation.
Oh god. I mean, Devi's just, he does get caught playing ahead there. That is one thing that's worked in their favor. He tried to lean a little forward, gets punished. But Forsaken, the Guardian in this one, keeping them at bay. And look at who slipped towards the site in the meantime. Jing still here, doing the dance, does it well, takes down another. Forsaken popping up with 20 seconds. The leader for the Wolves side has to stand, and he can't. Falls to Forsaken at 8-4. Such a commanding scoreline.
Really is. Wolves' resilience will be tested once more to try and come back here. I said 7-5, doable 8-4. I mean, it's a pistol round 2 potentially that makes this such a huge deficit to come up against.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out now for Wolves. This is a tough scenario. PRX singular in their goal, eyeing up that grand final, but they're not there yet. One more half stands in their way. So they need to prepare themselves.
At a 4-1 scoreline. Now, it being 8-4, a pistol and a round 2 can often seal the fate of a team.
Juicy on the line here. First contact made, that's 2 players, and a third now noted. That's a lot of info. See if BB is being bold about this, but he's been revealed, he's been just about everything, but they've weathered the storm.
Yeah, I think initially there, the further investment in utility implied that PRX were going to follow through, but maybe the Prowler catching on CUFAB BB made them think there's potentially a little bit of a stack.
Ooh, the timing on this. I saw. Lovely timing on that, but something is free. A little bit of a dink though, going to do some serious work. But Spring's already down low, now even lower. Cleared, Forsaken, Divide, trailblazing their way forward. The A site is their goal, and the plant's going to be in.
YU and CUFAB BB, a 2v4. A couple of members of PRX tagged up, but certainly doesn't swing this in Wolves' favour. Have to overcome the odds here. PRX just poised for anybody to step out. That's it. Finds a second.
Okay, it's not over yet, but YU's going to come into this as well. Jing's quieted him down, but CUFAB BB's going to see both players basically. He's got to know where they are, but he can't do enough. A desperate attempt to get them back here. But PRX take another step in the right direction.
On the brink of double digits. Again, as soon as they find, I guess, what they perceive as a point of weakness, they follow through. Wolves not able to even backtrack. Well invested here for round 2 as well. Don't want to leave anything up to chance. Rifles except for Patmen and Forsaken. Actually, Wolves set up in a little bit of a stack here. Flash in's only going to slow down the inevitable, it feels. Maybe toying with the idea of contesting that orb, but doesn't happen. I think PRX probably smell
Yep.
something.
There's a trap around that corner, guys, I'm pretty sure. Feels weird over there. And something looking to farm. If he falls, it would be a prize possession garnered.
I was curious there if Forsaken was going to show some utility on the other side of the map, because it's just Lysor, but Devi actually is calling a cancel on that.
Hello. That's one. There's more, and it's cleared systematically, one by one. The flash through the smoke is nice. CUFAB BB is already noted as well. Can't really fall away from the stairs. Jing already takes the angle. PRX looking locked in here, Mike. They are pulling no punches.
No, they're not. Again, showing diligence this time
30
around.
seconds left.
And that's when it really flips the switch. Wolves the ones to left, kind of to sweat in this scenario. Almost a second guess themselves, but Jing, a third found and a 10th on the board for PRX. This buy round,
That's it.
is huge for
Kind of
Wolves.
it.
And this bonus even bigger for PRX if they can find it. Only the one casualty.
That you're gonna cry, bro.
So they come into
That
round
you're gonna
3.
cry,
Flushed out in terms of the inventory. And Patman actually just going to ride a Sheriff through here. It's Forsaken and Jing closest in terms of this ult cycle.
Cover going out.
Nothing of note for Wolves, but potentially a pace change. Just initially, Forsaken going to retrieve one orb. Trying to retrieve one orb.
Yeah, a couple times of asking. All good.
But don't have control over towards A main, so...
A little bit cagey as a start, isn't it? You can see the...
I mean, it's a huge ultimate to have in the bonus, so you know they're going to want to come to this orb.
Oh, here it is. They've taken the taunt.
And actually, Lysor and Spring do peel away.
Now they've cleared B main. If you're looking at Wolves' side, they cleared B main. So they might leave YU here, but you can already see that rotation coming in from Juicy. He's going to try and pop himself over towards A.
PRX aren't dead set just yet. I think maybe going to prioritize towards short here to catch somebody out. They don't want to walk into this choke point.
No, and that's going to encourage to play forward, but denied. Forsaken with the first blow. And it could be a lethal one of that. Juicy. It's labored, but job done, and Lysol does well. Tucked into hell, he drags down another with him. The Wolves aren't done yet, but Forsaken captured and held in place. The spike now left loose. With 20 seconds, he's got to make a miracle out of this. 3 players, Forsaken.
I have the spike.
Not going to get it. A lifeline for Wolves.
3 left standing as well, just an armor or shield to repurchase here for Juicy. Again, that was the bonus, so PRX is going to come back in, and because Pac-Man only brought a sheriff to the party,
Spike down A. Spike down
it's almost rinse and repeat here. Not out of the woods just yet.
Juicy, welcome back.
Cannot
Welcome back. Whoa.
get the ball rolling in terms of the comeback.
But again, though, this was something that was said about that BD was building up his players, right? Keeping them confident, trying to keep them in the game. He's going to have to keep doing that because PRX don't stop. Even in their losses, they will still play confident games. And something taking space. Solo, Endeavor, 2 players on the other side. CUFAT, BB, and Lysol playing top mid off the back of that trip placed in as well. So they've got a lot to play off of here. A very difficult scenario. Pac-Man on that deeper line in case someone does swing. It's got to be those early protocols being cleared.
I mean, it is a duelist's nightmare to play into this composition. But Lysol bouncing with death here.
They still have that trip, so they can still have confidence behind that. But they've read it wrong to an extent, right? They're kind of falling for this fade pressure on towards B main, but we know where it's heading. PRX are once again eyeing up this A site. This is brutal. You got Juicy still here, you got Spring still here, but PRX are right at the door now. And away they go. Something looks the wrong way and gets punished. Spring does well. Great paranoia too. Tries to slow the roll here, buy time for these rotations. Pressure from main held back by the smoke, but Divide gonna lean forward. Lurch closer. Juicy play in the corner. Gets denied. Looks for the follow-up. No. Spring barely alive on 2, but he's still breathing until then. Down to a 3v2. Man to the good for PRX, and now Plant on their side.
We're going to be coming from heaven here. CUFAT BB a little ahead of YU. Nobody from PRX overstepping. They're tucked in right now.
Got to see discipline.
Oh.
That's a shoulder shown. Some damage made. So they could know 2 players off of this. That
Forsaken on
third
the X-ray, though.
is a problem. That third being Forsaken, but they're losing out on the site. Couldn't quite get the follow-up. And PRX striding closer now. 11 rounds to their name.
A tough loss here for Wolves. Like I said, with the bonus being as well invested as it was.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, now seems daunting to approach this round 17.
God, you get that sinking feeling in your stomach,
Yes,
don't
for
you?
sure, yeah.
Your money's rotten. You haven't really found a way to handle PRX. Maybe your chances existed and died on that first map, but they're not out yet. At 11-5, though, you can start hearing that music play, can't you? That 12th round looking likely. But in its way, good couple of sheriffs, Ghost, and a team with a whole lot of hopes here. But for PRX, they've got their own plan in mind. And that's a big investment and a big shot. Lysol lands it, so Jing's gone down. That's a weapon recoverable if they want it.
Yeah, and PRX actually aren't in a position to capitalize elsewhere. They're spread so thin. Spike not committed anywhere just yet. So that man advantage will stand for the time being. No weapon recovered, though, for Wolves.
Oh, nice from Pac-Man. Big kill there on towards Juicy. And that knife should reveal at least 1 more. So do they need to turn away from this? Or do they just keep stepping forward? It feels a little headstrong for my taste, but it's PRX. You kind of know what you're in for here. Lysol was the one to do the damage. It looks like they're trying to trail up towards heaven. Something bulldozes forward. YU, great shot. 25 seconds, and Lysol still standing. Has to go above and beyond here. 1 down. He's doing the dance. Oh, it's so elusive and evasive to try and land those shots. Sufat BB was so far away.
Spike planted.
Batman is low. Forsaken is not. I know. Oh, Hail Mary! Oh, for a second, I thought it was possible. But 12 found, and the final stand has to be now for Wolves.
This time, PRX able to wait out,
One enemy.
navigate their way into this defense. Get everything they need. It comes down to a fine margin once again. The PRX undeterred in terms of the finances here. A couple of ultimates starting to rear their heads. On the side of Wolves, actually. A few members just one away from some of these key ultimates, but whether or not we'll even get a chance to see them. Juicy, Sufat BB, no command here from Patman.
Okay. Anti-setup though, which is nice. So they're still going to get a bit of a reward from this, right? It starts feeling very, very likely. Layers of ults though. Lysor could be in trouble here. Sufat BB trying to get on site, but Juicy goes unattended, unchecked, and he's rewarded. Great kills on 2. Finding more would be mythical at this point, but for PRX, they are left in tatters. Mike, I don't know if they can do it, just these 2 players. Desperation play from Batman has got his man, but Wolves stave off what feels like the inevitable with 3 still alive.
No chance for them to sit back and try and defend that, but yeah, Juicy really the one to stop this from spiraling out of control.
One enemy remaining.
Let's go!
Second ping paying off there.
Breaks the money.
Yeah, it does.
Still got ults though. I say ult. And it's a scary one with something. He's had a really good map here. Can they deny him now? Can they stop it now? Spring forced away, looking a little shaky, but something's fallen.
He's caught on the trip. Nobody broke it for him.
Which is a little bit worrying. That could be a tilter for him there, because that was meant to be their kind of, I guess, main part of the piece.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a nightmare for a duelist to play into this composition, but you really need that second or third man in line.
Oh.
Deal with that sort of thing here. Juicy deals with Jing handily.
I was a bit worried there that he'd found like a, the dream gap to try and punish, but not to be. So PRX try and do what they can, and Wolves aren't allowing it. Patman does well towards sight.
Enemy remaining.
Sufat BB still on the back lines. Doesn't need to overextend himself. Waits for the swing. Wolves control this well, Mike.
Double digits. That's where I'll start
That's where we
believing.
start. Yeah. It takes 1 round. PRX up to 12 here. And that is a frustrating one for something.
Yeah, again, just looking at the minimap, there's 2 members here down in Arch. The time that happened, and again, I'm not saying dealing with a trip and something goes wild there, but
Yeah.
Bladestorm invested in that sort of round in particular. You never want to see a Jet having to invest a knife to deal with a trip, especially with 2 people in close proximity.
Find you.
But necessarily a big deal, all things considered.
Back to work though.
Looking for revenge up here.
Yeah, this time he wants in. Sufat BB playing top mid. Looking at the rest of the team split throughout. A bit of a default coming out from PRX. Maybe trying to catch some of the aggression. Jing's got to be cautious as well. Going to spell out Lysor. And this is a creep towards A though. Look at the pressure. Spring's in potential trouble. Does have his paranoia if he needs it. Investment of the ult going to come down on the other side of the map though. Juicy's going to clear and give away that there's no one here, but they don't know about Jing. He's been able to slip ahead early. They don't know about Jing, and now you do. Like a knife to the heart, but Spring answers back. Trying to... What? Oh, Spring! You are a madman!
Spike down.
Goes absolutely beyond all expectation, but it is a 2v2. Don't think it's over yet. Spike is there. It's picked up. Sent back away. Plants coming in.
Look at the pit as well.
Oh my god, this is going to be down to the wire, isn't it? Divide disconnected towards A main. You're going to have Jing tucked towards sight. Spring.
Oi,
Oh my god.
just missed him.
God. The timing. Unbelievable. Spring trying to play the game, and Jing now going to be doing the around
Hang
of
on,
the
they've
world here, but they've given up
the
position. This could be a mistake here, but they don't know about it. Obviously, they don't know about it. The pit's going to fall. And now you're looking at Jing. Divide strikes first. What are you? Hold on again. Can he take down Divide? He absolutely can! Out of nowhere! Wolves digging deeper!
Spring tees it up. YU closes out with a Red Bull clutch here to keep Wolves alive.
I can't believe that. Look at this round. This from Spring. You know it's a mad
Player
play when even
standing.
PRX don't expect it.
enemy
You know
remaining.
that's a mad one.
Don't interrupt.
3 bullets left
Christ.
for YU.
That's the killer instinct I want to see, though. To be able to do that against 12? Oof.
And I gotta say, frustration, rightfully so. They give up the pit, they play themselves out of line of sight of the spike. Yes, it needs a miracle, but it's Wolves you're talking about here.
It's still only 8 rounds. We said we start paying attention at 10. They've broken the bye, but it's still PRX. They can do it with classics. But something seems so unwilling to let go of this mid-pressure. He wants it so badly. So Juicy's got to be careful. There is a world where he could get timed on this one. Those stingers, very, very deadly. We're going to go down. Camera here. Doesn't need to overstay his welcome. Could do with some support on CT, though. They do have an open path straight across. Divide going to deny that. No one's going to be able to help out YU here. Does get to at least evade the siege, but they are right knocking at the door. PRX have a way forward.
No damage done just yet towards the side. But actually now, why are you going to have his hands full?
Oh, outdone. PRX making something out of nothing, and maybe a mistake made by the Wolves. Plan's looking like it's coming in. You're looking at that late mid lurk as well coming out from Jing. Juicy tries to make something of it. Takes away Forsaken, but the number's still good. PRX hold the advantage here. Divide could be timed in this, though. It's all going a little topsy-turvy. And of course, this is the round to do it. Lysor asked so much of. 3 defined, and he falls round by round.